Hello.
What about you?
Welcome back to my channel. I hate saying that. It sounds so twatty, doesn't it?
Grim.
Hello.
Look at you, Ian.
We are doing, I said in the last video that I wanted to try and do a few more like sit down chatty videos, but like not just boring ones, but like, oh, we went to this place and it was really good. Like,
And this is how we booked it.
I like something more creative. Like so that's, with that in mind, I kind of went away and kind of sketched down some ideas, and it being Valentine's Day tomorrow at time of filming, and kind of that being the theme of Feb, I guess, with the, in terms of like holidays and stuff, I thought we would do a theme park Mr. and Mrs. game. So for those of you who don't know, Mr. and Mrs. is like, it's like a game show, isn't it?
70s game show.
Yeah, where like couples go on and they get taken away into separate booths and asked questions and have to write down answers, and then they get brought back together and you basically have to see if the answers match. So it's like how well you know each other.
Not very.
Kind of thing. So I thought we'd do that, but like a theme park version of that.
It'd be a bit weird if it was on this channel and it wasn't theme park oriented.
Yeah, it's just random. I've just realised I'm not wearing my rings.
Wow. It's a really weird way of breaking up with me. I'm out of here.
Get out. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. So what's going to happen is we're going to take it in turns. We've got like kind of preset questions that I wrote, and we went away and we've written answers to them. So basically we can't change our answer, like we have the answers written down, and we're going to take it in turns to ask each other questions, and then basically see if the answers match.
Bang.
Got it?
Probably not. But we'll see where we're going.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, kicking off, I've got my prep sheet. The first one's a question for me that you have to ask me.
Oh, I've got it written down.
Yeah.
I know these. Right. not pre-organised anyway. Name 3 theme parks that I went to before going out with you. That's pre-wedding. It's like coming on like 5 years.
Yeah, like before we were together.
BC, before Conor was in your life.
I know you've been to Flamingo Land because you went there on a school trip and you told me about that.
P7.
Yeah.
11 years old.
I
Rocking
know.
it on the bullet. Thunder Mountain.
Woo. I know you've been to Park Asterix.
Oh yeah.
Because you, that means you didn't write that on your answer. I know you've been to Park Asterix because you said it was between there and Disney, and your weird family chose to go to Park Asterix.
Well, to be fair, it was 1994, so that means that Disneyland was just open 2 years, and there wasn't a huge amount there. And my family would be the wrong family to go to Disney with.
Yeah, true. And the last one I put was Universal Islands of Adventure, because you told me that you went there on spring break when you lived in America.
Spring break! Yeah, it's true.
Did you? So that's obviously not a match with all the 3 that you got.
You got. As Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Portaventura.
Did you go to Portaventura before?
Portaventura, Salou. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you did.
It's called 97 or something. The day we went to Portaventura, there was a thunderstorm the day before, and everything sort of stopped working, but there was nobody there. It was great. And then there was the drop tower.
Hurricane Condor.
Yeah, I don't know on drop towers anyway, but it had been hit by lightning 4 times the night before. I was like, nah, not in a million years.
No.
Not in a million years. But yeah, that's mine. So you've done 2 out of 3.
And I got one that you didn't even get.
You don't even know me.
No, I got 3. I got 3, it counts. Do I get bonus points because you didn't write it?
No.
I know more about you than you do. The next one, I think this is quite a hard question because most of the time I don't even know. Like if you asked me to recite it off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. But name 5 of my top 10 coasters.
I thought this was quite easy. So Helix, Diddle End.
Yep, that's one.
Taron, best roller coaster in the world.
That's 2.
Sky Rush.
That's 3.
Which if it was anything like the one in Dubai, nah, overrated. What else we got down here? Oh, Formula Rasa.
Formula Rasa, yeah, that's 4.
And, oh, drop my pen. And then the last one, because you're a wee Brit and you're a wee pride, Stealth.
No, Stealth's not on my top 10.
What?
You're so cocky.
Get another go.
Oh, that was a clear streak. You were so confident.
Hey, when you got it, you got it. I don't even know.
I was gonna say you got 4. See if you can get any more.
Right, I'm trying to think.
You've got 3. You've got 4 of the top 5.
That's the one in China. In
which one?
The one the 2000. Steel Dragon 2000.
It's not in China, it's in Japan.
Aye,
And
Japan.
it's not on the list.
It's not on the list. Alright, give me another one go.
Got one more guess.
Give me 2 more goes.
Alright.
An RMC probably. I'm gonna say what do you call the one in Dollywood? No, Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City. The horsey one. Outlaw Run.
No. Do you want one more guess?
Nah.
Go on, do one more. One more guess.
I can't really. We don't really go on roller coasters, if I'm being honest.
Not often.
I don't know. No, I'm done. I'm blanked.
So the one you were missing out of my top 5 was El Toro.
I didn't think you liked that, or do you think it was overrated?
No,
You must like it.
I like it. Osiris, Park Asterix.
That's a good roller coaster.
Dinoconda,
What was that?
China Dinosaur Park.
Was that the one that was like the?
Like Ejanica.
Was brilliant. Ejanica cured my hangover.
It's a good
roller
coaster. The Voyage,
Which one was that?
the wooden roller coaster at Holiday World.
That is also good.
Yes.
It's also a really good roller
We're
coaster.
going back on that this year.
Banging, yeah.
Road trip. The RMC was Iron Rattler.
Did like Iron Rattler.
Y'all gonna eat all the bugs.
Y'all gonna eat all the bugs.
When we were on it, we rode front row. And
Go Spurs!
Yeah, and these guys were behind us, and they're like, front row, y'all gonna eat all the bugs. And it's like a
Y'all gonna eat all the bugs.
Anytime we ride front row on anything, we just turn to each other and we're like,
Y'all gonna eat all the bugs.
And the final one, sorry, I've got an itchy eyebrow. My final one is Dumpa.
Which one's that?
Fuji King.
Nah, that was nonsense, that one.
Don't agree then.
I like this one. It's my favourite thing to do at Disney is to call into my mate Buzz Lightyear and to ride the best ride in the world. It's a world of fun and a world of joy. It's a small world. But if we were pushed for time, which would never happen because I'd never go to Disney just on let's call in and out. But if we were pushed to time, which one would I sack off?
In English, that means you literally just said a load of nonsense. No, in English, that question is Connor loves to do, there's 2 things Connor loves to do at Disneyland. That one is meet Buzz Lightyear, the other is ride It's a Small World. If we were running out of time and we only had time to do one of those things, which would it be? And it's really hard. I wrote myself a really hard question because I was like, the only reason why I did it, I put this, is because there's loads of It's a Small World and you're always really going to get a chance to go on any Disney park we go to, whereas there's not that many Buzz Lightyear meet and greets. Like there's
Florida.
The Florida one, Florida has one. I feel like California probably has one, but I don't really know. Paris has one, but like Shanghai didn't have one. Hong Kong doesn't have
Buzz
one.
Leclerc.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means I'm Buzz Lightyear.
And yeah, I feel like not as many parks have, there's less Buzz Lightyear meet and greets than there are It's a Small World, I think. Don't quote me on that. So I chose me Buzz Lightyear. Did you know that?
Well, it wasn't a hard choice. Well, it was a hard choice. Actually, it's completely fictional. It wasn't a hard choice. But the reason that I said It's a Small World, because It's a Small World makes me happy, yeah. And there's always a wee bit, you go around the corner, there's a wee bit of national pride, and you're like, go on,
I did think that.
So you're like, yes, because there's a bit of Ireland in Disney. But the reason that I would say that is because Buzz Lightyear and me have a buddy-mate relationship,
yeah.
And yeah, you've probably seen in the blogs, we just get on with each other,
yeah.
And I feel like I didn't want to rush that. Do you know, it's like calling around your mates' house and going, I've only got 2 minutes to spare. You ain't going to do that.
You want to make sure you've got the time.
I want to have the time, have a bit of a chat, maybe a wee brew, pint. Do you know what I mean? Offered to swap you as I always do when I meet Buzz. Leave her, we'll go and party. So yeah, It's a Small World. Right, your go, my go, your go.
My go. Right. The next one is Connor has to name 3 theme parks that my parents have been to without me. Just a disclaimer here, my parents like to do a thing where they go travelling quite a lot. They go to a lot of different, like Jeff, to all different countries. But if there's a theme park, they tend to pop in and like send a picture of themselves to me there. Like, haha, we're getting crowds without you.
And then continue to remind you.
Yeah. So and then forever after they're like, oh, I've been there, you haven't. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, name 3 theme parks that my parents have been to without me.
I know one, which is technically 2, which is the lunar parks in Australia.
Yes.
That's technically 2.
Or Luna Park Sydney I put, but yeah.
So that's Lunar Park.
Yeah.
And then the other ones I kind of misunderstood the question.
What did you write?
Because I didn't...
Wait, how have you misunderstood the question if you've got one answer?
Because I went, there's parks you've been to that you haven't been with your parents, not that you haven't still been to.
Oh, no.
So I put down Fantasyland and Bollywood, only because I really like Bollywood, which is right.
Bollywood Park is on there, and Fantasyland, my mum went to Fantasyland in the 80s without me.
Because you weren't born.
Because I weren't born.
That's
true.
the one.
Yeah, that is
I'll take
correct.
that.
I didn't actually put Fantasyland down because I didn't remember it.
Oh.
But also, they've been to Ocean Park in Hong Kong without me.
Did we not go to Ocean Park?
We've been to... Yeah, but that's not the question.
God, you said they get the question right then. See, I was all worried there. I'm not prepared for this.
Ocean Park in Hong Kong they've been to. They went to before me. They went to Hong Kong. They didn't go to Disney. Motion Gate as well they went to.
Oh, yeah.
And Legoland. They went to the Dubai Parks and Resorts.
I was going to write down Dubai Parks and Resorts, but then I thought, nah, you're... The problem with Jordan, and it's a warning to anybody that meets her on a trip or a meetup or whatever, is Jordan's ridiculously competitive, and I didn't want to be as general of going to Dubai's Parks and Resorts, because she'd be like, well, that's not really a theme park, it's more of an area. And I'd be like, no, it's a theme park.
It's not a theme park, it's a resort.
I was like, right,
that's like saying Universal as opposed to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. They're the theme parks. The place is called Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, then we'll need to rewind to the first question, which was you said Adventure Island, and I put
Islands of Adventure.
Aye, and I put Universal Studios down, or just Universal.
You didn't go to Universal Studios. You went to Islands of Adventure.
No, I went to both of them. I didn't go to Disney.
I thought you only went to Islands of Adventure. Anyway.
So that means she's wrong. So
it's
whatever.
Not wrong. You went to Islands of Adventure.
It's your score thing. Wherever you pop the score thing, I drop it down. One for her. What's my favourite coaster in the UK?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
I have no idea. When I was answering it, I was like, I don't actually think Conor knows. I put Dragon's Fury at Chessington.
I do like Dragon's Fury.
Because you like it, and I was like, it's not going to be something like, oh, Nemesis. It's not going to be something like that. It's going to be something silly and fun. So I put Dragon's Fury. I don't know.
There's what do you call? I think there's some really, really good roller coasters in the UK, and I'm not. I don't want to say a nerd. It's cool to say nerd now, so that's not offensive. I'm not a roller coaster nerd. I like going to theme parks, enjoying myself, and having a bit of crack. But like, if you ask me to name a manufacturer or something, I'd be like, it's like the really sexist comment to go on. What you say to a girl, what type of car she got? She goes a red one. I'm like, roller coasters. What type of roller coaster? I don't know. It's a brown one, like a bit of wood.
A brown one.
That's a bit of wood.
Brown roller coaster.
So, but since going out with her and then eventually marrying her by default,
stop waving your pen in my face.
I know, I don't got a
You're
pen.
literally like...
I've been really lucky to travel the world and ride some really, really nice roller coasters, really good roller coasters, and it does make the UK coasters a bit... I don't want to be a snob.
I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean.
I think we've just been really lucky. Well, I actually work really hard. You just live off my wages.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, so it's a bit like, so I would say, if you had to make a UK one, not to belittle anything in the UK, I would have said the Smiler.
Smiler? Really?
Yeah, I like the Smiler.
Why?
Because it's just fun, and nobody else likes it, and I do. So it's like...
Triggering everyone.
Yeah.
Was that you doing the Smiler music? Question 6 is, what is Jordan's least favourite theme park?
I know what it is, but I can't remember the name of it.
Describe it.
I didn't know, because it's the worst place in the world. It's one of, it's somewhere that she, like when you mention it, she literally spits at the name of it. But
there's a few that I don't like that I do that with.
But I think there's one. It's not King's Dominion, because we're going there.
No, we're not.
Then it is King's Dominion. There is. I got that.
We're going to King's Island. We're going to
King.
King's Dominion next year.
Oh wait, but you don't like it?
Yeah, but they've got Halloween stuff.
Yes. It makes no sense.
And they've got an RMC since.
Alright. But it's still, why do you not like it?
Because it's absolutely dumb. It's awful. King's Dominion's probably not that bad, but when we went, it was the end of the trip. It was like when we went to America in 2012. It was the end of like a 3-week trip. We'd spent the first half of it in California, and then we'd flown over to Boston and carried on. And we'd done parks, like hardcore parks, all day, every day. And by the time we got to King's Dominion, we were just kind of like, another theme park, for fuck's sake. Like, and it was hot. I remember it was so hot that day, and we were so tired, and we had ERT on I-305, and I went on it, and I-305 was something I'd wanted to ride for ages. Like, I was really, really hyped to go on it. And I went on it and I was like, oh, I feel disgusted. Like, it was really, really intense. I really didn't like it. Which is weird because I'd been on Skyrush a few days earlier, and they were both Intamins built kind of around the same time, and I absolutely loved Skyrush. But I think it's because Skyrush's kind of forces and airtime come in little bursts, and that you get kind of intensity and then relief, and intensity and relief. It lets you have a little bit of breathing space. Whereas I-305 is like choke on the force until you pass out, and it doesn't let up. And it's just, so I went on that and I was like, ugh, I feel a bit grim. And I was like, well, I've wanted to go on this all my life. Well, not all my life, but ever since I've been following it. So let me give it another go. I rode it again, and I come up, I was like, I really don't like that. It's made me feel really grim. And I remember being really hot and sat on the grass outside I-305 while everyone else carried on with the ERT, just being like, ugh, I feel really disgusting here today. Let's just get it over and done with. But the park was really like concretey. And you know when it's hot and the sun is beating down on the concrete and it's just like heat glaring back at you, it was like that. And I just remember feeling disgusted. And when I went, there was a wooden coaster there called Hurler, which was the worst coaster I've ever been on. I went on it with Taylor, you know, Taylor Goddard in Canada, and we went down the first drop and it took the first corner and we just smacked heads, and I was already feeling a bit groggy and disgusted, and that just made it feel 10 times worse. It's kind of like Carowinds, the park. Oh yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, it's gross.
I just, when you said a choking force, I just got very Star Wars in my head. Choked by the force. Oh yeah. What's my favourite theme park food? I think I told you the answer to this the other day when you asked me.
We did have this conversation the other day, but I couldn't remember what you said. So I put Chesington Smokehouse.
Do you like a Chesington Smokehouse? Not gonna lie. Chesington Smokehouse is dogs. Actually.
We have been known to be sat here on a Sunday and be like, Chesington. Like, and we'll go to Chesington just to go to Smokehouse because it's like, we love barbecue food. Like, our wedding breakfast was a barbecue platter, and the food that they serve at Chesington Smokehouse is very similar to what we had at our wedding.
Good coleslaw, the burnt ends is lovely on it, the ribs is nice.
Good pork.
Yeah, it's all proper. Yeah,
so good.
It looks like it's slow cooked, but it's banging, and it's a really nice restaurant.
Do you know Nick Varney says it's the best food in Merlin? I
don't think he's wrong with that.
It's excellent.
Competition isn't tough, like.
It's absolutely excellent. It's so good. Like, well, it's just a nice break because, like, usually your standard theme park food is like fish and chips, burger and chips, pizza pasta.
Green pizza pasta.
You're struggling to speak there. Green pizza pasta.
Grim pizza pasta.
How dare you? Take that back. Pizza pasta's a blessing to us all.
I just maybe work for an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, just bored of pizza and pasta.
Better pizza.
Wait, so did I get that wrong then? What did you write?
I wrote the Avatar Land canteen.
Yes.
But it's at the Sati Lee canteen.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Did you look that up?
I googled it. I know my Disney stuff. And
that food was really nice, but like for it being like counter service food, that food was really good. And they had like the dumplings, so like cheeseburger dumplings. They were really good.
And they had blue drinks and stuff, but I ain't interested in that. They had this like slow roasted pink beef over a bed of rice, and then these little balls, these little almost like
sweet and sour.
Yeah, sort of aqua ball-y things that were lovely.
That was good.
And you could put all the hot sauce on it and on top of a rice bowl. Lovely.
Yeah.
And a dry coleslaw. Banging. Question to me. I think
Question number 8. No, it is. It's me. Yeah.
Go.
What is the coaster that Jordan most wants to go on that she hasn't been on yet?
C.
No.
Is this your C coaster? I'm gonna say, because you're going to Cedar Point this year.
Why are you saying you're going, like you're not coming with us?
I haven't decided whether I'm going to call in or not. There may be a really nice spa.
You're going there, I'll sit in the car park. There is a spa there.
I may just go in the spa and just sit in the hot tub, work on the abs.
Your abs? Yeah, your abs in your arm.
I'm going to say Steel Vengeance. And the only reason I'm going to say Steel Vengeance is because the two people... Steel Vengeance. You've made me start this without having a drink. Steel Vengeance. So the only reason I'm going to say that is because when we do our road trip in June, we're going with a guy called Chris and Jack. Two guys.
Jack. What the fuck was that? Are you a gremlin?
That's my Liverpool accent.
Golden
I'm from the film.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we were going with them and they shared something on the picture going, look at this roller coaster we're going to be riding. And I was like, ooh. But I remember it being called Steel Vengeance. So I'm going to say Steel Vengeance, which is clearly wrong.
You got the right park.
Alright, King Dakar.
That's not there. And I've already been on that.
Okay, cool. Let me know, I guess.
You're in the right area though. It's the other one.
Big Stealth.
Yeah, Top Thrill Dragster. Big Stealth.
Big Stealth. Alright, well I don't get the point for that.
No, you don't.
So I didn't get it right.
But yeah, Top Thrill Dragster. I've wanted to ride it all my life. It's like the coaster that was always on those like most extreme thrill rides, like TV shows.
I remember watching, putting the pen down.
Yes, that's it. You're like, I remember back in my day.
But I remember watching a programme on engineering when I lived back in Belfast, and it was about them going up and it coming over the top and then back. But like they have to make sure it's got the right force. And I was like, that's interesting. For about 3 minutes, but I remember watching it.
It didn't spark an obsession that has lasted the rest of your life then, like you did with me.
No.
It wasn't Top Thrill Dragster that got me into coasters, but when Top Thrill Dragster was being constructed, that is about the time when like I started joining forums and stuff. So it probably does have something to do with it because it was on telly quite a lot.
Yeah.
But it was always that, and then Griffon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Volcano Blast Coaster, RIP, at King's Dominion. They were always the three that always appeared on these TV shows. But yeah, Dragster is, I'm gagged for Dragster. I'm going to poo my pants and I'm going to love it.
In English. So, what is the favourite memory? Nope. What?
What is the favourite memory? Nope.
What?
A wee moose.
What?
A wee lake moose.
I asked Jordan the other day to get me, she rang me from the shop, which is very rare that she'd be that considerate. She's like, I'm in the shop, do you want anything for dinner? And I was like, nah, I've eaten. But can you grab me a wee light moose? It was like, I'm trying to watch my weight, so I was like, can you just give me a wee light moose? Not a normal moose, a light moose. And then, it's been 6 years we've been together. And I'll say something like, can you get me a wee light moose? And she'll be like, you'll just hear her going. And I'm like, you know I'm Irish, like this is, we passed this stage.
Yeah, but every now and then you say stuff.
Past the stage of me saying par, bottle, you know what I mean?
It's just every now and then that you say things.
Just a wee moose.
It's just...
She didn't get me a moose either, she got me a yogurt. I didn't want a yogurt, I wanted a moose. I just wanted a moose. Somebody wants to send me a wee moose, a light moose, I'd be over the moon. Still haven't got one.
For fuck's sake.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right, moving on. Question.
Put your teeth in this time.
What is my favourite memory of us two in a theme park?
Okay.
Boom. Third
time. There you go, nailed it.
One take wonder.
Nailed it. I said it was when we went to Disneyland Paris for the first time and we walked into the park and it was Christmas, the first time Conor ever went to a Disney park. It's Disneyland Paris at Christmas, and we walked into the park and there was the snow, the fake snow down Main Street, and the parade was coming towards us, and there was like Buzz and Woody were the float at the front that you could see, and they're your favourite characters, and that was like your first introduction to Disney, and I think it's that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I've got a couple of other ones that came very close.
Yeah, like it.
The time you had diarrhea in Portaventura. It was definitely up there. But when I thought about it, it was kind of like, yeah, it had to have been walking in. We'd flew in that morning, the early flight. We weren't there for opening. We walked in mid-parade. There's like fake snow coming down, and there's Buzz and Woody, and I'm just like, and she's going, like, come on, we've got to run. We need to jump to this camera.
And
no.
he was just like, I turned around and he was like.
I'm always the guy, always the adult waving over the kids. And
creepy.
like elbowing kids out of the way to hug people.
Yes. The last question is, what is Jordan's favourite theme park memory with you?
This was quite a difficult one.
Yeah,
because
it was.
Anytime we go to a theme park, I normally go to speak to people that aren't getting really fascinated into the mechanics of a roller coaster and sort of down
I don't care about the mechanics of roller coaster.
Having the crack, and we always sort of like mess around. It's usually when we're on our own that we have really, really nice moments. And then I was like, well, I don't know, I couldn't narrow it down, so I narrow it down. So I was thinking it may have been the time I got into a fight outside Shanghai Disney, but then I was like, no, that's one of my favourite memories. Someone was annoying me. That was funny, but I think and it may be a bit soppy, but if it's not when I proposed to you on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, then we probably need to review this whole situation. Banging with the fact that you're not wearing a wedding ring.
It's not that.
But that's what I've got down. I got down proposed, time I proposed, or the time I got into a fight in Shanghai Disney.
I hope, but I know it's not.
I hope it's not.
Well, why wasn't your favourite memory proposing to me?
Oh, do you know why? Because we did. So I'd been a couple of days with the ring, and we were looking through flowers, so I was like, I can't be bothered. And then there was a moment we were but it genuinely couldn't be. And then we were outside the Cinderella's castle in Tokyo Disney, and you were like, oh, it'd be a great place to propose. And then I thought, well, it's going to be funnier to say, is it, and walk away. So I did that. Is it? I walked away, and then I was like, right, what am I going to do? And then I was like, oh, I'll get a wee toy thing, I'll put the ring in that, and then we'll get Pirates of the Caribbean. We'll have a boat to ourselves. Now, the Pirates of the Caribbean in Tokyo is brilliant, and probably one of the best, better than Shanghai, which is overrated. And I was like, oh, I really like this, and I wrote it 2 times, and I thought on the 3rd time I'll do this, so I kind of thought, right, what I'll do is I'll get the proposal out of the way as we're going through the restaurant, and then I can enjoy the rest of the ride. So I was like, oh, here you go, have that. Open the toy, we ring it. I was like, do you fancy it, love? And she was like, yeah, why not? And then she started crying and then kissing me and all this sort of stuff, which was romantic. But by this stage I'm in, and I want to see Davy Jones' ship blowing up and stuff like that there, and I was like, oh,
can you
alright,
not?
Right. I was like, yeah, oh, yeah, great, yep, oh, just gonna enjoy, oh, yeah, oh, nice, oh, I'm still crying. And yeah, and we were like round where the, you know, I mean, the fire was before the end, and I'd missed the end of the ride. It's gonna be 2020 before I go back. We
should have brought the ride photo of that, because I'd have just been like, on it.
I mean, just going, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not that. I actually...
No, let me have another guess.
Alright, one more guess. I don't think you'll get it, because I don't think you remember it.
It may have been the time that we were in a water park in Holidayland, where our friend of ours, Alex...
Holiday World,
World, where a friend of ours called Alex, and was wearing Speedos, and...
Speedo guy! Speedo guy!
All these jocks started going, Speedo guy! And then there was another guy that got up, lifted his glass and went, are you for real?
He had the tightest little swimming trunks on, it was so funny. Why would that be my favourite memory in a theme park
really
with
funny.
you?
It's just really funny.
No.
I don't know, right? Hold on, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm lost.
Do you want me to give you a hint? Do you want me to tell you what park it is?
Go for it.
Phantasialand.
See, I was going to put down Riding Taron, but then that wasn't us together.
Not Taron.
Well, it was when we found the breakfast buffet. That was a great day. So as we're walking around, and we're
amazing.
I know we walked in and we went, oh, we'll go to this buffet just in the square in Berlin.
Yeah, so it's just off of the main entrance in
Banging
Berlin. It's fab. No, it was the first time we rode Colorado Express, and I was like, we have to sit in the back row and do 1 click on your restraint, and you were just like, ah! The whole way around it.
Yeah, that's fine. That was great.
That was funny. That was like when you used to enjoy theme parks and hadn't grown really bored of them. Nowadays, I'm like, do you want to come here? And he's like, nah. No, nah. He stopped. He doesn't have to like try hard anymore now that we're married. So he's just like, no.
You don't have to wear your ring or anything.
Yeah,
don't
I'm at home.
Still wear mine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you'll lose it if you take yours.
Yeah, that is a valid point. Yeah, no, that was good crack, and yeah, I remember that was another one that was one of those. Oh, this is actually really, really good. I think I've just got I've got a lower tolerance for
fuckery.
Crap. So yeah, I think that's the one. If I'm going to go to a theme park, I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I don't know who won. It'll come up on the screen now because I haven't actually been keeping score.
No, do you know what we do? We'll do one of those sort of like 90s video games thing where you can cut it, and I'll be like, and you look sad. And then you do it. And then you just cut on the one you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it can be like the Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's what we should do, like a Bandersnatch thing. We'll film 2 endings and then like.
And then
I'll edit it. Yeah, but these guys will never know which ending, like the other one, because I'll edit the right one.
But we'll just release it online and then people go, ooh, there's
extra
a secret
content.
to it.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that jazz that you're meant to do when you watch a YouTube video.
Like, subscribe, comment.
But
no spam. Like, that's just the bang out of the order.
Really
so follow me, Belfast Conor, on Instagram. I got like 3 followers. I got 3 followers the last time I did that one of your videos, so Yeah.
Did you?
I did, I was very impressed.
Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.